You're watching NewsX. I'm Rishabh Gulati. Ladies and gentlemen, through the course of the evening today, as we cross the halfway mark in the poll battle of 2024, at the end of phase 3, we are seeing the conversations that are defining the poll battle heating up. Perhaps they have now peaked. From quotas to caste to religion to Hindu terror, and within that, Hinduism as defined in a pivotal event that took place in this country. And you don't have to be pious, you don't have to be a devotee to appreciate that something major happened in this country in the creation of a Ram Mandir on January 22nd. Now, I had this conversation a couple of days ago to say that, okay, we understand why Rahul Gandhi didn't go for the inaugural. He felt like, look, the cameras are going to be on Narendra Modi, why should I be there? But 4 months near have elapsed. Couldn't find the time? Why? Public persona, where you go, what you do, how you behave, how you act, symbolism is a large part of politics. So it's deliberate. Now, what does that indicate? Now, here is an individual, and the last I interviewed Acharya Pramod Krishnam, he was, of course, a member and a senior, respected member of the Indian National Congress. He is now no longer part of that party, and he is pretty upset. And he is also mentioning that something insidious was actually being planned by the highest levels of the Indian National Congress. आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णन हमारे साथ न्यूज़ एक्स पे जुड़ने के लिए बहुत बहुत आपका धन्यवाद. I know it's been a busy couple of days for you. आचार्य जी, मैं सीधे पॉइंट पे आता हूँ. What was this conversation when you say that Rahul Gandhi, none other than Rahul Gandhi himself, said that Supreme Court की judgment he will overturn it?
देखिए ऋषभ जी, एवरीबडी नोज़ कि राहुल गांधी जी का जो राम मंदिर के प्रति व्यवहार है वो कैसा है, राम के प्रति जो व्यवहार है वो कैसा है. राम मंदिर के फैसले को 50 साल तक जो लटकाया जाता रहा, उसके पीछे कौन लोग थे. कांग्रेस पार्टी जब मैं कांग्रेस के साथ था, लेकिन मैं तो तब भी कहता था कि भाई आप भाजपा से लड़ो, आप राम से मत लड़ो, राम से नफरत मत करो, राम मंदिर के निमंत्रण को मत ठुकराओ. लेकिन ये सब हुआ. दूसरा पॉइंट है कि जिस समय ये बातें हुई, तो ये बातें जब राम मंदिर का फैसला आया, तो उस फैसले को आने से पहले कांग्रेस ने कोशिश की कि राम मंदिर का फैसले को डिले किया जाए. और ये कोई पहली बार नहीं हुआ है. इस देश में कई बार सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसलों को पलटा गया. शाहबानो के केस में ऐसा हुआ कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने फैसला दिया शाहबानो के पक्ष में, और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने कुछ मुस्लिम कट्टरपंथी लोगों के दबाव में आकर के वो फैसला पलट दिया. अभी भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट का एक फैसला आया था दिल्ली सरकार के बारे में कि भाई दिल्ली में जो अफसरों की पोस्टिंग है, ट्रांसफ़र पोस्टिंग है, वो दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट करेगी, लेकिन नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार ने उसको पलट दिया. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसलों को कई बार इस देश में पलटा गया है. तो ये कैसे, ये कोई अजूबा नहीं है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का
आचार्य जी,
फैसला
तो
जो राम मंदिर पे आया उसको पलटा नहीं जा
आप
सकता
कहीं
है.
बैठे थे, किसी ने ऐसी चर्चा करी आपके साथ, खबर दी कि ऐसी सोच चल रही है, आप किसी के साथ कॉन्वर्सेशन में थे, ये आपको कैसे खबर मिली कि ऐसी चर्चा चल रही है कांग्रेस में?
नो, ये एक नॉर्मली डिस्कोर्स का पार्ट है, ये तो कन्वर्सेशन का पार्ट है. कांग्रेस पार्टी के सीनियर लीडर्स में इसकी चर्चा आम होती है कि भाई कैसे करना है, क्या करना है. जिस समय राम मंदिर का फैसला आ रहा था, राम मंदिर के फैसले को डिले किया जा रहा था, डिले करने की कोशिश हुई थी. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कुछ वकीलों ने ये एप्लीकेशन मूव की थी कि भाई राम मंदिर पर फैसला अभी नहीं आना चाहिए, ये तो पब्लिक डोमेन में, इसमें कोई नई बात है नहीं. तो वहाँ ये चर्चा होती थी कि भाई अगर फैसला आ गया तो क्या होगा. तो राहुल जी के इर्द गिर्द के जितने भी लोग हैं वो सब ये बातें करते थे, और ये बातें हो रही थी कि अगर फैसला आ गया तो क्या होगा, कि मंदिर बन गया तो क्या होगा. तो ये बातें आई थी.
आचार्य
मंदिर बन जाएगा तो जब हमारी सरकार आएगी तो इस फैसले को रिव्यू कर दिया जाएगा.
आचार्य प्रमोद,
इस फैसले का रिव्यू किया जाएगा.
तो अगला सीधा सवाल आचार्य जी ये है कि आपके हिसाब से अगर अभी कांग्रेस सरकार होती और सुप्रीम कोर्ट का राम मंदिर का फैसला आ जाता, सेम फैसला आता, तो क्या राम मंदिर अभी तक बन गया होता या वो नहीं बनवाते?
नो पीयूष जी, वो ऋषभ जी, बात ये नहीं है। अगर कांग्रेस की सरकार होती तो ये फैसला आता ही नहीं। कांग्रेस की सरकार रही तब ये फैसला लगभग 50 साल तक टलता रहा। कांग्रेस सरकार होती तो ये फैसला ही नहीं आता, और अगर फैसला किसी तरह से आ भी जाता तो उसका एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं होता। कन्वर्सेशन का पार्ट तो ये भी है कि ये सलाह मशवरा भी राहुल जी को दिया गया कि अभी जब हमारी सरकार आ जाएगी तो किसी भी शंकराचार्य को खड़ा करेंगे और शंकराचार्य से एक एप्लीकेशन फाइल कराएंगे कि ये जो ट्रस्ट है, ये इसका एग्जीक्यूशन गलत हुआ है। तो जो ट्रस्ट है उसका एग्जीक्यूशन अगर गलत सिद्ध हो जाता है तो ट्रस्ट पर बिल्डिंग को भी क्वेश्चन मार्क लगाया जा सकता है। क्या कर लेंगे आप? सरकार के खिलाफ क्या कर लेंगे आप?
तो क्या लगता
बहुत
है,
से रास्ते सरकार के पास,
क्या
बहुत से
ऐसे भी
कदम
हो
हैं।
सकता है
500
कि
साल तक
कभी भविष्य में
राम मंदिर पर फैसला नहीं आ पाया?
आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि कभी भविष्य में अगर कांग्रेस की सरकार आए तो ये भी सोच होगी कुछ लोगों में, कुछ क्वार्टर में, कि जो मंदिर बन चुका है, जिसका उद्घाटन हो चुका है, जहां पर पूजा शुरू हो चुकी है, उसको बंद करवा दें?
देखिए, हुकूमतों ने मंदिर तोड़े हैं, हुकूमतों ने मंदिर तोड़े हैं इस देश में। 1000 साल पहले क्या था? इस देश में मंदिर थे, लेकिन जिस समय अफगान से चल के लोग आए, कंधार से चल के लोग आए, कितनी दूर से चल के आए, उन्होंने कितने मंदिर तोड़े, कितने बड़े बड़े मंदिर तोड़े, और हम लोग बैठे रहे थे सब कि साहब नहीं नहीं, एक मंदिर टूटा दूसरा नहीं टूटेगा। मंदिर तो इतना बड़ा कैसे टूटेगा? टूट गए ना। एक राजा पे हमला हुआ, ये साहब गुलाम हो गया, हम तो नहीं होंगे, पूरा देश गुलाम हुआ ना। 1000 साल गुलामी झेली है। तो ये कहना कि ये कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, क्यों नहीं हो सकता है? सब कुछ हो सकता है। आखिर ये वो देश है जहां अदालत के अंदर ये कहा गया कि साहब राम हुए कहाँ थे, जरा बताओ ना, सबूत है क्या? आप बताइएगा ऋषभ जी, आपके सामने सबूत मांगा, सब चीज़ें पब्लिक डोमेन में है। ये भी कहा गया कि अच्छा राम अगर हुए थे, चलो ये भी मान लिया, इतना बड़ा महल था, किस कमरे में हुए थे? हाउ कैन यू से कि साहब राम इसी में उसमें थे? ये सब हमारी आंखों के सामने हुआ है। कितने कितने बहाने बना करके राम मंदिर के फैसले को उलझाया गया, तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पे तारीख।
ऐसा
ये
क्यों?
कन्वर्सेशन कांग्रेस पार्टी के भीतर राहुल गांधी जी के जितने सलाहकार हैं उनमें ये डेली चलता है।
तो सलाहकार क्या सोचते हैं?
कभी अगर ऐसा हुआ तो कैसे करेंगे, ऐसा हुआ तो कैसे करेंगे?
क्या सोचते हैं वो? क्या
मैंने तो ये कहा कि भाई ये
मुस्लिम बुरा मान जाएंगे?
मैंने कहा कि ये बात ठीक नहीं है, आपको राम मंदिर से बैर नहीं करना चाहिए, ये मैंने कहा तभी तो मैं पार्टी से बाहर निकाल दिया गया। मैंने कहा भी राम मंदिर के निमंत्रण को मत ठुकराओ, राम मंदिर का निमंत्रण आया, ये सौभाग्य का विषय है।
ठीक है आचार्य जी,
सबने कहा आपको नहीं जाना चाहिए,
निमंत्रण आया
22
तारीख का,
मैंने कहा मैं राम और राष्ट्र से समझौता नहीं कर सकता।
ओके, 22 तारीख का अगर निमंत्रण आया, 22 तारीख का ठुकरा गया, अब तो 3.5 महीने बीत गए हैं, उसमें भी समय निकाल के नहीं गए, आपके हिसाब से क्यों?
नो, वो जाना ही नहीं चाहते। राम मंदिर कोई जाना चाहे उसे कोई रोक लेगा? अगर निमंत्रण ठुकरा दिया था, मुझे आप बताइए, जिसकी श्रद्धा राम में होगी वो भगवान राम का निमंत्रण ठुकराएगा? उसमें स्पेसिफिकली शब्द यूज किया गया, अस्वीकार करते हैं। हम लोगों ने तो बहुत कोशिश की कि ये शब्द ना जोड़ा जाए। हमने तो सारे उस समय के टेलीविज़न डिबेट्स में, टेलीविज़न के तमाम हमारे स्टेटमेंट्स आप उठा के देखिएगा, मैंने तो कहा कि राम के मंदिर का निमंत्रण आना सौभाग्य का विषय है, इसे ठुकराना दुर्भाग्य होगा, मत करिएगा। लेकिन जान करके किया गया, क्योंकि दे हेट नेम ऑफ लॉर्ड राम, दे हेट्स अयोध्या, दे हेट सनातन।
व्हाई? व्हाट इज द रीजन इन योर ओपिनियन?
तो जो लोग सनातन, अच्छा मैं आपको, मेरी बात मत मानिएगा, कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष हैं मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे, उन्होंने अपनी पब्लिक स्पीच में कहा है कि अगर नरेंद्र मोदी तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बनते हैं तो सनातन की हुकूमत आ जाएगी। इसका मतलब सनातन की हुकूमत को नहीं लाना चाहते। डीएमके ने क्या कहा कि हम सनातन को मिटाना चाहते हैं, कांग्रेस उसके साथ खड़ी है। तो अगर ये सरकार बन गई, किसी तरह से सरकार बन गई जिसमें स्टालिन होंगे, जिसमें अखिलेश यादव होंगे, जिसमें लालू जी और तेजस्वी यादव होंगे, तो राम मंदिर का रिव्यू तो हो ही जाएगा। राम मंदिर के रिव्यू को करने से कौन रोकेगा? और ये भी चर्चा होती थी कि एक शंकराचार्य खड़ा किया जाएगा और शंकराचार्य जी से एक एप्लीकेशन मूव कराई जाएगी कि भाई ये ट्रस्ट गलत है, ये मंदिर का मुहूर्त गलत हुआ था, ये मंदिर का शिलान्यास गलत हुआ था, ये मंदिर की भूमि पूजन गलत हुई थी। तो ऑब्जेक्शन हो गया, ठीक है,
ओके,
जांच चलेगी, मुकदमा फाइल चलेगा, फिर 50 साल लड़िएगा।
ओके,
ऐसे ही 370 का फैसला हम हटा देंगे। तो मैंने इसका विरोध किया कि भाई 370 को हटाना देश के हित में है। हम 370 के साथ नहीं खड़े हो सकते। और अगर आपको ये कहना, तो मैंने तो ये भी कहा कि अगर आपको ये कहना है तो फिर पब्लिकली कहिए कि अगर हमारी सरकार आई तो हम राम मंदिर पे रिव्यू करेंगे, हमारी सरकार आई तो हम 370 को दोबारा लागू करेंगे। मैंने ये कांग्रेस के नेताओं से कही, मैं सबके नाम बता दूंगा जब। लेकिन मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि राहुल गांधी जी एक बार ये तो कहें कि साहब आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णम गलत कह रहे हैं, तो मैं बताऊंगा कब कहा, किसने कहा, किसने कहाँ कहा, किसने क्या क्या कहा।
ओके,
हाँ,
okay, Acharya ji, obviously, thank you for a straight conversation of what you think is not just the end. In fact, you say the beginning that words could come. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. Let me also introduce.
Thank you very much, Rishabh ji. Thank you very much. ये बहुत ही sensitive और बड़ा गंभीर विषय है.
Yes, but so thank you for sharing your thoughts on this. Just wrapping up live telecast as it is going on. Priya Saigal joining us in case you overheard that on the broadcast. So we'll pick this up. Priya, Sumit, and Nikhil are with us. Priya ji, you want to make a point or raise a question which we can raise as a larger question?
Can I have ask?
I don't know if you can still hear us, but please go. Please try.
Pramod ji, can you hear me?
Okay, he's not there anymore. But anyway, raise it as a point, Priya.
No, I just wanted to ask him and the BJP, because even the Prime Minister has raised the question, when the Congress comes, they will put a Babri lock on Ram Mandir. As to, how, in terms of, is this just poll rhetoric, or are they actually feeling there is a legal way out for this, because the Ram Mandir was built because of a court decision, not because of a BJP decision or a Congress decision.
Yeah, but what he is saying is that he is privy to the conversation where they said that their first gut instinct was to overturn the Supreme Court verdict. Now that's a claim. It is hearsay unless it's writing, and of course the Congress is free to deny it. Whether they're denying it aggressively or not, we don't yet know. So Nikhil, let me get you into this. Now, it's been 3.5 months, okay, since the Ram Temple inauguration has happened. It's been a couple of years, almost 3 years, since the Supreme Court verdict on it has come out. What is the anathema, what is the untouchability of Ayodhya for the senior leadership? People like Sonia Gandhi used to go to Allahabad to take a dubki in the Kumbh Mela. Why can't they find the time or the inclination to go to Ayodhya? What's the issue?
Rishabh, you yourself said it, that Sonia Gandhi you did go to the Kumbh Mela to take a dip, right? The Congress party is being led by a Hindu. The leader of the party is a Hindu. Most of the people who are senior in the party are Hindus. This entire bogey of lies and misconception that the BJP likes to create, that Congress is somehow an anti-Hindu party, is nothing but a facade of lies, and that is something the people of the country now very well aware that.
The congressmen who left in the past week, one says
they have left.
so
What
they are all
disgruntled
from all disgruntled.
Rishabh, they have to obviously have to be to the tune of the BJP and spread the boogie of lies that Narendra Modi and his cabal spread. I'll give you a very simple example. In the interview that you just did with Acharya Pramod Krishnan, he's talking about Hazar Saal ki Gulami and all of that nonsense. Despite that is just an attack on Indian history. Are we forgetting that when this country got independence, we had over 565 princely states? Most of them, about 400 or so of them, were ruled by Hindu rulers. And those princely states were sovereign kingdoms. I don't know what sort of slavery is he talking about. And many of those princely states have had continued since the Mughal Empire.
Are you saying that the Raj did not exist and the concept of subsidiary alliance and the 1911 Darbar did not take place?
No,
Nikhil, come on. They were all independent, were they?
Let's not get into a detailed discussion about suzerainty and sovereignty.
I'm not, because you're saying that the Hindu rulers were independent. They weren't independent.
No. To call Hindu rulers, Hindu sovereign rulers, as slaves of Islamists or of a Christian colonial empire is a strong disservice to the country and its history and its legacy. Okay. Just because there was an emperor
but
who
that
was
doesn't answer my question.
Does not mean we were slaves under it. Let's not forget
in politics,
in Mughal emperors' courts.
Public persona in politics matters, Nikhil. It's been years and then subsequently months. Arvind Kejriwal has been, Bhagwant Mann has been. Why can't Rahul Gandhi show up in Ayodhya? What's his problem, in your opinion?
The point is that why would they show up at a temple which is not yet complete?
What?
There are 4 Shankaracharyas in the country. All 4 of them had said that this is against Hindu rituals. This is in conflict with Hindu customs, that you're inaugurating a temple that is not yet complete. The temple, according to the trust itself, is going to complete sometime around 2025. Yet Narendra Modi had this mad obsession to somehow inaugurate it. He himself had to inaugurate it. I don't understand why did he have to do that? Why could it not have been a Shankaracharya? And even if he had to do it, why was his Dharma Patni not with him as is required by Hindu customs and rituals? What the BJP is trying to spread is a boogie of lies. That is the fact.
No, it's not
All
a
these
bogey
people
of
that you
lies.
talk about,
No,
whether
you
it's
can
Radhika
say
Ghare or
absolutely
whether it is
fairly
Gaurav Vallabh, whether it is Rohan Gupta, why do they suddenly remember all of this
did the
after they lose the
BJP
Congress party?
time the inauguration to an electoral convenient phase? Absolutely they did. They're a political party, so they did. So I can empathize, sympathize. Why you wouldn't want to show up on January 22nd and just be a pan camera shot while Narendra Modi is center stage? I can sympathize. But to come and say all that is not complete, we didn't have time, why should we go? It's rather strange. And the party is quiet.
Shankaracharya no lesser about the Hindu religion than you and I do.
But the thing is, are you saying all the
Shankaracharyas are Congress party members?
Are you saying that all the Shankaracharyas who did show up were all loonies? Are you saying all the Shankaracharyas that showed up? Okay. I'm not buying the argument. Maybe viewers are watching buying the argument. Let me get Priya in before I get Smith.
This government is known to arm twist election commissioners, Supreme Court judges, and God knows who else. Let's not pretend that
I think the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court has told a former colleague of mine that never in his life has he been influenced on any judgment. Sitting Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Are you calling him a liar on public television? Nikhil, say it. Is D.Y. Chandrachud the liar?
Influence in the Supreme Court is working right now. Let us look at how.
Is D.Y. Chandrachud, the Chief Justice of India, a liar? Are we calling him a liar?
Perhaps there has been no pressure on one particular judge, but we've all realized and seen how there is pressure.
He's just the lucky one.
Are we not seeing the kind of judgments and the patterns that are being followed?
None of
Nothing is happening when
all right. Okay. Hang a second.
Everything happens.
Hang a second. Let me get the others in. Sumit, it's difficult to digest the argument, but I'm going to ask you a question. Why does it matter?
Amy on your show, because it is the epitome of Hindu faith, Hindu culture and Sanatan Dharma. After 5 centuries, 135 years in the court, and after due courts of law, when the Hindu temple and the Bhagwan Sri Ram temple, which is the Astha of care for 1.2 billion Hindus, you choose not to go down. And when Acharya ji tells you this on a public broadcast, you in the Congress do not react to that. But when there's a paper in the Wall Street Journal, you will jump the gun and you will do press conferences and you will talk about how has Modi done this, how has Modi done this, and how is Indian government involved in killing the people in a foreign soil. You will empathize with the paper. But when you are a congressman and when you are saying that you did this, you don't want to do this. Rajiv Gandhi did Shahbanu, Rahul Gandhi wanted to overturn this judgment because you have this inherent Hindu hate. You don't like the Hindu civilization, you don't like the Sanatanis, that is what you say. And if you are a so-called Kashmiri Pandit Dattatreya Kol, Shiv Bhakt, कोर्ट के ऊपर जनेऊ और कुत्रे के ऊपर रुद्राक्ष की माला, how can you deny the invitation to Bhagwan Sri Ram temple? You cannot deny. And after 3.5 months, what has stopped you to go there? And when your people are saying this is what you have said, you should come out and at least say I did not say that. Why don't you go and sue Acharya Pramod Krishnan and take him to a court and tell him, Acharya ji, prove when and how and when did I say that? You will not do that because in the court of law it will be proved and you will know where to run. Today, Congress has been exposed for their hatred to Hindus. It is the biggest betrayal of the Hindus after, in independent India. And let me answer you, Nikhilji, when you were talking of 1000 Saal ki Gulami, do you forget Hindus have paid jizya? Do you forget Hindus were slaughtered? Do you know which is the most slaughtered community in the whole of the world? It is Hindus. Do you know how many Hindus did Tamur Lang kill? Do you know how many temples did Aurangzeb dismantle? Do you know what Babur did? Do you know all the atrocities that Hindus
we can read their biographies and their biographies are published till the date. Okay, hang a second. I'm getting Priya in. 10 years ago, I remember a committee was established to study what happened in 2014 for the Congress because it was a shocker to the system at that point of time, 40 odd MPs, never before. And if I remember, the Antony committee had said exactly this. This was the problem. This is what you did wrong. This is where you lost the plot and this is what you should not have done. Now, in terms of whether we agree or disagree on the issue of Ayodhya, are we going to be able to sell these arguments for that the Congress party has got its act together?
Well, Rishabh, I was hearing, I think Nikhil Jain is, and what he said, to an extent, I did agree with him, but not to the point when he said, why was the Prime Minister's wife not there? Now, why are you bringing the wife in it when you know the situation, what it is? This is really, this kind of electoral rhetoric is something that, it doesn't really, it's not in good taste, let's just say that. Neither is the fact that the way the BJP is suddenly bringing in, and various Congress people who have left and joined the BJP are bringing in the Ayodhya issue. When the election narrative is going on the manifesto, on jobs, on employment, even reservations, those are also important issues that we need to discuss. They bring in religion. When they don't have a counter to anything, they bring in religion. At the end of the day, should Rahul Gandhi have gone to Ayodhya? I think I agree with you, Rishabh, exactly what you said. Don't go on that day, but go on one of the days and just let that issue, why do you let it simmer? Just go to Ayodhya as you're going. He's going to hundreds of temples, hundreds of masjids. Just go to the prominent Ram Janmabhoomi temple and just, nail that argument once and for all and move on.
Who is he afraid of? Who's telling him that, listen, if you go there, I don't know, Muslims will get upset? Who's he afraid of upsetting? Who will be upset if he goes one day innocuously for 10 minutes?
I don't know what advice he's following, whose advice he's following. Maybe Acharya Pramod knows better than anybody else. People who are inside the Congress still, we told he's, there's KC Venugopal. There could be a certain faction within the Congress. They were supposed to go. Rahul and Priyanka were supposed to go to Ayodhya before the Amethi and Raebareli nomination. Then suddenly that didn't happen. So why and who's advising them, I have no idea. But I think, there is no, if he wants to say, if the Congress is, as they say, I just interviewed Sachin Pilot also, and he says, look, our country is diverse. A religion is a private matter. We're not going to put it up for public debate the way the BJP is. All that is fine and sentiment, but also we are a country where the majority has felt alienated. I mean, at the end of the day, we were talking about Manmohan Singh's statement. We've been talking about other statements. So just nail that argument, go to Ayodhya and finish it, and then get back to the real issues. I give Congress credit for not raising the issue, for not, their manifesto does not talk anything on religion. In that, the BJP is not right when they say it does. It does not make any specific allusions to any one community. In that sense, I thought the Congress manifesto was a positive one. Elections was being fought on some positive narratives. BJP is trying to sidetrack them by bringing it. You are playing into the BJP's hands at the end of the day, not for anything else. Why do you want to play in the BJP's hands? Go to Ayodhya, go to the masjid, go wherever you want to. But at least at the end of the day, make sure that you're not seen siding with one side, whichever side it is. Because if you are saying it's a secular country, that all religions are respected, then you also should go respect all religions.
Okay, Priya, quickly, before I take a break and we discuss the larger picture on this. On this, are they losing the momentum? Is the Congress losing the momentum on this? Because you're seeing a lot of things on caste, on Muslim quota. There's a Congress. There's on now Hindu terrorism has come back because we are being told the Prime Minister, fabricated a terror attack in Kashmir a couple of days ago. Is the Congress losing the momentum a bit on this, or is the momentum with them? Is it gaining?
The Congress had the momentum, first two things. I thought they were deciding the narrative instead of the other way around. They are, by making for instance, former Punjab Chief Minister made that ridiculous statement. By making statements like this, by letting the BJP carry on in this, I think they should, I don't think they're losing the momentum. I still think the momentum is with the opposition. The narrative is being dictated by the opposition, which is why BJP is playing this game of Hindu-Muslim at the end of the day. Whether the Congress should fall into the trap, perhaps that's the reason why Congress is not going to Ayodhya. They don't want to fall into the trap, then BJP will say, मैंने Rahul Gandhi को भेज दिया अयोध्या. You don't know what kind of comments the other side also comes up with.
I get the logic of damned if you do, but damned if you don't.
Correct.
But frankly, it's not playing out well, okay? Because public persona is about getting out there and kissing babies and signing autographs, and the PM has been doing that also in the past couple of days, signing autographs. Public persona matters, and if somebody in politics says no, everything is private. No, all politicians in Israel to Egypt to the United States, all of them wear their religion on their sleeves. Heck, even Rishi Sunak is doing Diwali outside the door of number 10 and lighting diyas, and he's wearing his religion on his sleeves. So the politicians do wear their religion on their sleeves. To say that it's a private matter, I don't know. We'll let you judge. You heard what Acharya Pramod Krishna has said. He might be saying it because he's a disgruntled now person no longer in the party. That could be the reason. He might be saying it because it actually happened. We'll let you make a judgment.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.